It was warm for about 20 minutes, and after that, it was quite cold and sticky. By day 3, it smelled quite bad, but that could have been me.
Jesus. You've thought about degloving a lot, haven't you?
We're back. That's enough of an announcement, isn't it?
Yeah. That'll do.
There you go. You're welcome.
We have returned.
We have returned.
Why German? Why?
It is the Fourth Reich.
Instantly Nazis. We have returned. Oh, what was that? Don't even know what that was. What was that?
I don't know. Do it again.
We have returned.
It sounds like a Star Wars character.
It does, yeah. Sounds like some kind of little rat-like thing.
Yeah.
We have returned.
And we are going to eat you all. Do they eat people in Star Wars?
I mean, some of the bigger monsters do.
Oh, yeah, like the pit.
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, that's the one I meant. That is actually what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, I know it was, yeah.
Where the Mandalorian or some...
Boba Fett.
But yeah, goes in it and gets chowed down on and then survives.
Eats about, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for whoever hasn't seen the Boba Fett series or Mandalorian.
I think if you've seen the Star Wars where it gets eaten in a pit and then somehow there's a series about it, it's pretty safe to assume that he's still alive. Not that I haven't seen the Mandalorian.
Well, it could be like a prequel.
Yeah, okay.
The Boba Fett
Is
series.
he still alive? Then I didn't spoil it. I don't know.
He is still alive, yeah.
He's still alive, everyone.
Boba Fett returns in The Mandalorian.
Oh, right.
The Mandalorian is set after he falls in the pit.
But he's not the Mandalorian.
What?
But
No, the
so he's
Mandalorian's
not-
a different character.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Have I got to get into fucking Star Wars lore?
You could, but I do not give a shit.
So, since you don't give a shit, I'll explain it all in thorough detail. So the Mandalorian is the shiny guy who you've tattooed.
Oh, yeah. He looks different without his armour on, doesn't he?
He doesn't take his armour off.
When I tattooed him, he did.
What?
He said I tattooed him. I thought it was fun to go down that route.
Terrible.
It's nice
So
to do
he's...
this.
The Mandalorian is this, like the species, or the race, or whatever you want to call it,
Right, okay.
of those armour-wearing people. Boba Fett's dad, Jango Fett, was a Mandalorian. So he had the helmet and everything. Boba Fett was his son, who then took his dad's armor once his dad died. And then became Boba Fett. So Boba Fett isn't a Mandalorian. He's just a bounty hunter who has the armor. That's it. Whereas the Mandalorian is an actual Mandalorian who's like all... It's like a religion almost. It's quite weird.
Right, okay.
They say like, this is the way all the time. That's what they always say.
Was Django saved by Christoph Waltz?
No.
Oh.
What?
What
What is going on?
Django Unchained.
What's that got to do with Mandalorian?
Django.
Oh, Jango Fett.
You
Yeah.
said his dad was called Django.
It's not Django though. It's just Django.
No one says Django.
Yeah, I know, but in my head, I didn't compute because Django is Django and then Jango Fett is just Django.
They're both Django.
They are, but I've realised that now. But in my head, I didn't put them together when you first said
Deb said
it.
this yesterday. She was like, oh, yeah, I've seen Django. That's not Django. It's just Django.
You should have just quoted the one line in the film
What line?
where he's like, "Wow, what is it?
That's not... whatever line you're going to say.
I don't
want
wanna
to
misquote it.
So,
What line are you thinking of?
something about someone being on a horse.
What? No, it's the line where he says the D's silent, motherfucker, or something like that.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
There's a line. It's something like that. Where he goes like, "D's silent, bitch." I don't know. He says something like that, something aggressive.
Yeah, right.
But he says the D is silent.
I do want to watch that again.
It's a great film.
I love it. It's just having 2 hours and 45 minutes to sit and watch a film.
Easy work.
Maybe. We watched Spiral last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that? Yeah.
It's like a Saw film, but worse.
It's just Chris Rock sweating for 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's so sweaty.
I love that Samuel L. Jackson was in it as well.
Yeah.
And then he says motherfucker, and I was like, yep, I was waiting for that.
Well, because it's just a cheesy horror, isn't it?
It's like Saw, except you could probably get out of some of the traps. Like, I'm not spoiling it for anyone because it's not amazing. You've seen it then, yeah?
Yeah, when it's cinema.
There's the one where his fingers are going to get pulled off.
Oh, yeah.
And then the cable's going to hit him, right? First off, I don't think he has enough time to get his fingers pulled off. Because he pauses for like a second and then goes back into it and doesn't make it. But why don't you use his feet? There's a pipe going down. Bit of copper hanging off of it into the bath, right? If you just kicked that off the bath, then the cable's never going to hit the water. That annoyed me.
But I think with those in Spiral, I think it wasn't meant to be that fair. I think it was more murderous.
Absolutely called who it was so early as well.
I can't remember who it was.
Don't listen for a second if you plan on watching it.
Was that the other detective?
The rookie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the young lad.
Yeah.
I didn't call it. I was mildly shocked.
Well, when I called it, I said, it's probably the rookie, but that would be far too easy, wouldn't it? And when it came out as him, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't rate it. It was pretty shit.
Yeah.
But most of the Saws are shit. You know what you're in for. It's like Final Destination. Like, first one was good, second one was alright, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. But you still watch them because you're like, there's going to be some crazy deaths and stuff.
Yeah, the gore and stuff's great.
Yeah.
The gore is still good.
You watch The Boys?
No.
Oh, you need to watch The Boys.
I've heard a lot of people talking about this. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, the third season just came out, and it's amazing.
Yeah?
It's really good.
What is it? Without giving too much away.
Oh, it's pretty simple. The best way I can describe it, which has got some people like going, oh, right, is it's basically a Black Mirror kind of angle.
Okay.
In that it's so all it's about is it's a world where it's an Earth where superheroes exist, like an Avengers kind of team, but they're like celebrities. They're not like Avengers kind of cool. They're just these like cheesy, horrible celebrities making movies and merchandises and Coca-Cola deals and all this kind of shit. But they are actual superheroes with crazy powers. But it's like a dark aspect of it. Like it all starts out smiles and laughers, but then it gets smiles and laughers. Smiles and laughers. It all starts out like smiles and laughs, but then it gets quite dark and it delves into like all their dark kind of sub stories and shit. The whole thing's like a dark comedy though.
It sounds kind of Watchmen-esque.
It's like Watchmen but funnier.
Because Watchmen is basically that idea that everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why I didn't say it. It's Watchmen because it's basically Watchmen. Yeah,
it's Watch Boys.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. How it's basically the Watchmen, and I love the Watchmen.
Yeah, it's quality,
but it's funny. It's imagine Watchmen but a comedy.
Yeah,
genuinely, that's probably the best description.
There is a character in the Watchmen called the Comedian who doesn't even tell a joke the whole time.
He's not even funny. He's just a rapist.
That is true. Yeah, which is not funny.
Not funny.
No. Absolutely not. I don't know why that didn't need to be clarified, really.
Why are you laughing?
But
yeah,
mostly through awkward tension.
Yeah, it's basically The Watchmen, but a bit more of a comedy. Like the basic kind of like flow of the show is like at one point it'll be really funny, and there'll be like a whole scene that's just stupid and funny, and kind of slapstick sometimes. Like, it's ridiculous. A lot of the funniest things are like, in this world, there's loads of shitty superheroes. As in, there's the top ones who are like the Avengers, and there's all these other ones with like really crap superpowers, and it just shows you them, and you're like, heh. But it's often like crude, rude, or ridiculous, or just gross,
yeah,
etc. So one minute it's funny, the next minute there's like the whole plot of drama, twists and turns, which runs through the whole thing, obviously. So then the next scene, you're like, oh god, I'm so moved. And then the other scenes are just some of the best gore you will ever see, genuinely, hands down. Yeah, it's ridiculously good.
Is there a lot of degloving?
There's some. There's face degloving.
Oh,
quite a bit of that. There's like 2 or 3. In the most recent series, I can't tell you because it'll spoil it, but a guy gets absolutely like shredded,
like absolutely degloved,
just de-skinned.
Oh,
yeah.
While he's alive.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, just absolutely like.
That happens in Spiral as well.
And it shows you a nice close up of his face, and he's like, it's gross. It's great. It's great though. There's tons of good gore. They're definitely not afraid of that. It's really it's genuinely fucking funny. There's a lot of things that you will definitely laugh at. It's all quite dark humor, and then there's a general plot of just like good drama, good writing, good turns. It's all written by Seth Rogen. There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
Seth Rogen and someone else. I think it's 3 writers, but Seth Rogen's one of them.
Nice.
So the comedy is his style.
Awesome. Well, I love his style. So
I know. Stoner, dark, slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is degloving's kind of a new thing for movies, isn't it? I don't remember seeing a lot of degloving until more recent years.
I swear there's something like Hellraiser and stuff.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Hellraiser, so that's probably why.
Should probably watch Hellraiser.
Okay, there have been a lot of degloving in the films that I've seen. Personally. I'm sure that there's more films I haven't seen than
You haven't seen a lot of films, though.
I have seen a lot of films. Not in comparison to you, maybe. But I have seen a lot of films in comparison to most people.
Name 10.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. How many Harry Potters are there? 9?
9.
Seen all them?
Well done.
Um,
I don't actually want you to name 10 films.
and I'm struggling for a 10th now. I got it.
Okay.
The Fantastic Beasts as well. I don't even like Harry Potter. Fantastic Beasts.
I know we've covered that in this show. Let's stop talking about it. I fucking hate Harry Potter.
Yeah, I watched Spiral. Degloving. I watched Gerald's Game.
Mm-hmm.
Degloving.
Degloving.
I've just seen a lot of degloving.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's an actor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That degloving's in loads of films recently. Isn't that degloving? He's incredible.
There is Donald Glover.
He should change his name to degloving.
Pretty close, yeah. Degloving.
Man, he's amazing.
He is
Donald
good.
Glover is incredible.
He
What
is.
a guy.
He is.
Stand-up comedy, music, and acting.
And he's good at all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
He's really good at all of them. I wouldn't say he's amazing or like top tier of any of them, but like his music's genuinely good, his comedy's genuinely good, and his acting's genuinely good.
Yeah.
It's all very good.
There's not loads of them I can think of. Jamie Foxx, another one. But he hasn't made loads of music in the same way.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I was going
Childish
to say. I was
Gambino
like, his stand-up is good, and then his acting surpasses his stand-up. That's the thing.
You don't see a lot of his stand-up, I don't think.
I've only watched one.
I don't even think I've seen any of it.
I think he's got one special I've seen. Like an really old one.
His acting's good, though.
Yeah?
I like him in Law-Abiding Citizen.
Forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
Till just now.
One of the main characters. Yeah. Anytime I watch that, I always just skip the first 2 minutes. I know how that goes.
Why? What's the first 2 minutes?
It's the scene where
Oh!
the guy bursts in the door, beats him up.
What's the first 2 minutes? Oh,
and then
yeah.
he's kind of forced to watch his wife get assaulted and killed.
And his kid.
Yeah, and his kid.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
his kid.
So yeah, I just skip 2 minutes in and just...
Why?
It saves me having to deal with that every time.
Do you just sit there all toxic masculine?
The film just works. The film works perfect without it. Once you've seen it once.
Oh, I was going to say, it doesn't work perfect without it at all.
No.
It completely changes everything about the perspective.
It's the whole setup.
You sat
to
there
the
going,
thing.
why is he killing all these people? He's so horrible.
He does kind of bring it up once or twice. But I do love that film. It's well clever.
It is good.
I like it anytime someone uses like the law and all the technical terms to sound really smart. We talked about it, like with Good Will Hunting, like when he just starts relaying loads of shit off being super smart. He does the same thing in the courtroom, where he's like, "You were about to let me go just because I quoted some dumbass numbers at you. I got a guy who I peeled the eyelids off of. That's what he does, isn't it? Peels his eyelids off and then puts a mirror up so he has to watch it. And then adrenaline dumps him so he stays awake. Oh.
Do you like that?
A lot. Like so much.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Let's not unpack that.
Yeah, that's what I should pay £50 an hour to unpack, really.
Yeah. Why do I want to murder people?
Earlier, upstairs, one
Where
of the
is this
guys said, yeah, that doesn't sound great. The guy said that he saw a video of a kid in a classroom, and the teacher says, "Will you just repeat to me what you were just saying before I turned this camera on?" And he went, yeah, no worries. She goes, "Go on, so what are you going to say? What do you want to be when you're older?" And he goes, "I want to be a murderer." And he's 8 years old.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I wish I knew what I wanted to do when I was that age. This kid's on it.
Everybody needs a dream. Yeah, but that's clearly just he's watched the wrong thing on Netflix and now he's like, murderer! He's just repeating it.
Yeah, and now every time someone says it, he gets a reaction out of them.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone pulls their phones out. Everyone's like, oh my God, did you just say that? So he thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough of that. You're in detention.
I don't think he'll actually be a murderer. The ones who will actually be murderers are the ones sat in the corner like just fucking sharpening something.
Yeah. Like a rat's
Hissing.
bone that they've already killed.
When you look at them like, leave me alone. They're the ones you should be worried
I
about.
think murders are a lot more silent.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
Like, a lot more.
They're sat in the corner, just whittling something.
Just always whittling.
Yeah, always whittling. You can never trust a whittler.
Do you know how much of my junior school I spent whittling shit?
Fuck off. Are you being serious?
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
I used to go out on my breaks and then I'd get a stone and a stick and I'd sit there and just sharpen them up into points. I'd forgotten all about this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think year 3, 4, maybe a bit later. I don't know. But yeah, I would just sit there and just make little weapons out of pieces of wood. But I didn't have the direction this kid had. Like, if I had known at that age that that's what that was leading to, I'd already be famous.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
All the right reasons.
To someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I'm not. To some degree.
I'm glad you're not a serial killer or just a general murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd kill my vibe a lot.
Do you know, it'd be ideal if I didn't say things like that and then put it on the internet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because if you ever do a little murder, this ain't going to look good.
No, worse.
And you're going to drag me into it as well.
If I don't do a murder, if I say Debs gets murdered, I'm suspect number 1.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're going to go, right, let's just see what his background's like. Oh, he likes whittling things when he was a kid. That's a sign straight away. He's definitely a murderer.
Here's a clip of him saying, I want to murder.
Yeah, here's a clip of him saying, I want to run a kid down in his car and get an erection. Oh, my God. I might as well just sign the confession when they hand it to me.
Why don't you just look down the camera now and just say something really incriminating and just make it even better?
I did it, motherfucker! I stabbed him!
That'll get played in a courtroom.
I de-gloved that bitch.
Here he is gloating about the murder.
He keeps calling himself D. Glover.
Ooh.
That is a good murder name, isn't it?
It's a good murder name, yeah, D. Glover.
Yeah, it's much better than like Peter Sutcliffe. That's a shit name. Although he was the Yorkshire Ripper, which is fucking decent.
That's a good name.
Yeah. He deserves that name more than Jack the Ripper does. Jack the Ripper doesn't even get a call, like shout out in that. Because
why?
Peter Sutcliffe killed well more people.
Yeah, but they don't know how many people Jack the Ripper actually killed.
Yeah, there's 5 conical victims. I don't know what the word means. I've heard
I don't think he started just murdering like sex workers all of a sudden.
No, yeah, I think they just
probably
know.
a few before that, I reckon.
And he's like, do you know what will make this interesting? Pulling their insides out.
There's probably a few that maybe he just like shanked up a bit and then went, can't be arsed pulling your insides out tonight. I'll go home.
He can't be asked. Oh, I'll bang out a quick one, but I'm not gonna do a long one this time.
Yeah.
It's like he's fallen asleep and he's asked to have sex. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go full hog on it.
You have to do all the work if that's how it's gonna be.
I'm not in the mood for degloving right now. Degloving your stomach.
I'm in the mood to stab you, but not to do the rest.
I do a quick little stabby stab, and then you can do the work.
But genuinely, that'll have been he'll 100%. There'll be way more Jack the Ripper victims.
But also, well easier to get away with it back then.
Oh, so much easier. And that's what the other thing I was going to say is like, there'll be probably loads of other people in all kinds of careers that he was doing that to that just probably just fell under the radar.
How many murders do you reckon were about? It must have been crazy.
What, in
100 years ago?
Fucking loads.
So many.
Because it was easy.
Super easy.
If we're not, like, serial killers will have been few and far between because it takes a pretty lunatic person to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
But, like, normal murderings, fucking loads.
Tons.
There'll be loads of, what's the word, like
altercations that went...
Yeah, like family shit.
Oh, yeah, domestic stuff.
Yeah, you'd have an argument with your wife or your family, your dad or whatever, and then it's just like, stab. And then it's like, oh, what do? Bury him in the garden.
Yeah, and as long as no one saw any of that, you're fine. Because you can just go, nah, won't me?
Yeah.
And then that's good enough.
Yeah.
Or blame it on someone else and say they were a witch and they did it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pre-DNA days. Insane.
But then also, pre-DNA days, way easier to get pinned.
What do you mean pinned?
Like they used to just send people to prison.
Yeah.
He did it! No, I didn't. Yeah, you did!
Yeah, due process wasn't quite like it is now.
It was very like, he looks the type.
They used to do things like look into the eyes of the dead body, didn't they? And then go, oh, we could probably see who killed you. And eyes are really reflective. So surely the person looking in, was it me?
Oh my God!
Is there blood on my hands?
Just arrest me. I've done it.
Man, anytime they were looking into that eye, you had to stand 10, 15 foot away just to make sure you weren't in the reflection of that eye. If you were anywhere close to it, be like, I can see who did it. He's there, pulling the exact same face he did when he killed them.
That was a good crack. Sorry, I just
This isn't ideal here, this sign, is it? It's quite sharp,
No, but
but it works for now.
we have moved location, so it just is what it is.
Yeah, this is just temporary for now.
Well, probably this whole season, but
Yeah, and then we'll move again.
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
We just don't know.
Who knows? Have you finished Stranger Things?
Yes.
I don't
Should
wanna
we spoil it for everyone?
We probably shouldn't spoil it.
Have you finished it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought that the tattooer, when he's tattooing him, not using a clipcord cover was a bit outrageous.
Okay.
I thought they went to the effort of putting the gloves on.
Yeah. They had elastic bands and everything.
Yeah, they did.
I thought it was a good start.
I loved his grip. His grip was like like less than 5 pence round.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck are you holding that? And pretty clean looking tattoo as well, wasn't it? I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
No experience, no apprenticeship.
How do you know that?
Well, I'm just making an assumption.
It's very sumptuous. He might be a tattooer in a past life.
In a past life wouldn't help him.
Like in a past career.
Maybe. Yeah, it is a natural progression
Might have a bodysuit under that shirt.
from tattooer to enslaving children.
Well, we all think about it every now and then.
Co-conspirator, you now. Clip that out when I'm in court. Did you see what Daryl said the whole way through it?
Daryl's an angel. You, though, you're a monster.
He's got teeth on his head. That's what I'll say.
They're just character.
Like, he's the one that came up with D. Glover as the name. He was like, you should definitely go for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I did finish Stranger Things. I was
I was frustrated.
mildly entertained. It was all right.
I thought it was going to end.
Oh, no, there's another season.
Yeah. I thought it was all going to come to a nice conclusion. It felt like it was all going there for a conclusion.
Yeah.
But then it didn't.
Well, yeah, but there's another season.
But I didn't know that. No, I only found that out the day before I watched the last episode.
Well, that's dumb.
I say episode.
We've talked about it in the shop like at least 10 times. So many clients have said this. Like, I thought it was the last season. There's another one.
Yeah, well, I'm part of that crew.
Yeah. You should have known this a while ago if you've been listening to the shop conversations we've been having.
I tried to ignore all of it as much as possible. I'm pretty much just waiting for my turn to speak a lot of the time.
But yeah, there's going to be another season. I think I know how it's going to end.
Yeah, happily.
No, I think it's going to be bad. My theory.
My theory is, let's see if yours is the same.
Okay.
I've only just come up with this theory right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you said you had one, so I thought
Okay.
I'll make one up.
All right.
And this is me vamping while I try and develop the idea in my head still.
This is obviously going to be ridiculous. Go on then.
I reckon 11 has to give her life to stop the earthquake. Whoops. The opening. I reckon she has to use her life
Spoiler.
to... Everyone knows there's an opening. If you got this far without knowing there's openings into the upside down,
Yeah.
you haven't been watching.
Okay.
But I reckon she has to plug the hole with herself.
That's my theory.
Is it?
Not in the same... my theory is that for her to kill is it Mind Slayer? The big black cloud thing.
Yeah, Mind Flayer, yeah.
Mind Flayer?
The Russians call it something else, don't they, as well?
The Shadow.
The Shadow.
I don't know. I can't remember what to call any of this shit. My theory is for that to die, she has to... I think she's the version of that in that world, in our world.
She's the upside down of that.
Yeah. I think that's how it is. So I think she has to kill herself to kill that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And then that means that everything that's got superpowers, upside down and right way up, not that they ever call it that, it's all level again. There's no superpower in
Exactly,
either.
yeah. That's what I think is going to happen. I think for her to close all the gates and kill them, the big thing, I think she has to sacrifice herself, and that kind of makes everything in Hawkins stop and go back to normal. And then in the upside down, everything goes back to normal. I think that's my theory.
Yeah. If that makes sense, because at least it would finish kind of where it back at the beginning again, wouldn't it? Before all the experimenting went on.
Yeah.
So it'd be back to level again.
Yeah.
Or they'll do that, and then there'll be one of the holes will go, and then it will credits. That's what will happen. There won't ever be a 6th season That's what I would hope. You know how the end of Inception, with where it spins the dreidel, and then it goes, and then the credits go. Quality. I saw that in the cinema, and everyone sat in that cinema just went, and then it went blacked out, and everyone was like, no. Because everyone wanted to know.
Do you think he's in a dream, or do you think he's awake?
I have no idea.
No, but that's the point. It's up to you.
I would like him to be awake.
Hmm.
But the scene that they show that he's walking into is the scene that he's seen so many times leading up to that.
Yeah.
That how would that be a reenactment of the exact same thing? He must be in the dream still. Why is it in the Upside Down world, it's not the whole world, it's just Hawking? Like, how come they can't just... Because surely it's the whole world inside out, or upside down, or
it is.
back to front. Well, so they could just, like, go to France.
Yeah, if they wanted to. It's probably pretty treacherous.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I'd want to travel long distances in the Upside Down.
I wouldn't want to go to France in the right way up, but
yeah,
I've been there enough times now.
There's probably a lot more goblins there.
Bonjour. What about in the Upside Down, though? But yeah, I've been well enjoying it. I didn't think I was going to like the episodes being as long as they are.
I don't mind that at all.
It's like watching loads of films.
Because I'm just used to watching... Yeah, I'm used to watching films, but I'm used to watching entire seasons as well.
Yeah.
Like binging them.
Yeah, we try and just watch as many as we can.
So if they're an hour and a half long, it doesn't really matter because in essence, I'm just watching 2 episodes in a one instead of one.
Yeah, we're watching 1.5 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think... It doesn't feel like there's a lot of filler in it, which is nice.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
There's not like extra plot lines going on that don't need to be there or anything.
Yeah, all kind of links. Makes sense. It has been good.
Yeah.
The only thing I hated is something I can't talk about without absolutely spoiling it, so...
We probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's still far too early in it. It's too close. It only came out last weekend.
Even if we release this episode in fucking ages, it'll still be too
Yeah,
long.
even if it's like 3-4 weeks.
There'll be someone who's like, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I do hate those people. When like someone shouts at you for spoiling something that came out like a year ago. I'm like, oh.
A year ago is not so bad. If it's like someone go, oh, don't spoil Sixth Sense. You've had plenty of time to watch that.
No, even a year, I'm like, you've had a year.
Yeah, you have had a year. Yeah.
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 in my opinion, right, if you've had a whole year to watch something and you haven't watched it, you're clearly not that invested in it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's the angle I would take.
Because I'm in a situation like that right now where Peaky Blinders, newest season's come out.
Yeah.
It's all released. Haven't watched it yet. Just can't be asked.
If someone told you
I would feel like I deserved it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I could have watched that each week as it was coming out, or waited to the end of the 6 weeks, watched them all. And I wouldn't have to do that, but I haven't. So I kind of bring it on myself if spoilers come now.
Have you watched something called Barry?
No.
Oh, Barry.
One of the kids has started watching it.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that does fuck all, just sits and watches TV all day.
You should watch Barry.
Yeah?
Barry's great. Really good.
What's it about?
It's written, directed, and starring that guy whose name I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, D. Glover.
You know Pineapple Express?
Yes.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning, the one who smokes the weed in black and white, and then do you remember?
No.
Ah, fuck me. Pineapple Express. At the very beginning, the opening scene is it's set. It's like in the 60s. It's in that bunker. The government are like testing marijuana. They give it to this guy who smokes marijuana, then starts getting all high, and then he starts ranting about the government. He's like, "Fuck you!" And then they kill him, and then they make weed illegal.
This is all brand new to me. It's like I haven't seen.
Have you seen Pineapple Express?
I've seen it several times.
Oh, fuck me. Well, it's that guy. What else is he in? He's in everything. He's in like Knocked Up and all the other shit. I just can't remember who he is in.
Knocked Up. Is he also in It too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're on about.
Yeah, a bit bulgy out, bit Steve Buscemi looking.
Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah. Him.
Looks a little bit like Claire then, yeah?
What the fuck's his name?
Does Claire watch this, by the way?
Oh.
Because she essentially likes Steve Buscemi.
Oh, right. Maybe.
Yeah. We didn't say that. She said that.
She said that.
She said that. We wouldn't say that.
No, we thought it.
But we wouldn't say it.
No, we wouldn't say it.
No,
of course not.
Wouldn't say it. We'd think it.
Just on this.
We'd say it to each other behind closed doors. Well, we wouldn't, not to
We'd send each other memes about it and stuff. But
Yeah.
But yeah, him. That guy.
Couldn't tell you for the life of me what his name is.
I know his name. That's the only thing. I really know his name, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, he plays a hitman who decides he wants to stop being a hitman and become an actor.
Okay.
In like the LA underground acting scene.
Okay.
And it is just a dark comedy. Again, it's really got, like, obviously it's really violent because he's a hitman, and it's quite sad at times because he's killing people.
Right, okay.
But then on the other side, he's like trying to pursue his acting career alongside like reliving his traumas of why he's a hitman and stuff.
And all of these are colliding with each other constantly.
Yeah.
Nice.
But then the plot gets heavier. It's on its third season now, and I binged it because they're only like 25-minute episodes, 6 per season, so you can do it all in a day.
Oh, 6 is great.
Yeah.
That's how long a series should be.
Well, it's like 3, yeah, so 6 episodes, 25 minutes, what's that, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one.
3 hours a season, so it's very easy to do. I think there's 3 seasons or 4 seasons. But I just finished the most recent one like 2-3 days ago, and it was fucking sick. It was so good.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a watch.
The end of the second season is literally just like madness. I can't tell you without spoiling it, but like it's just one of those. You know, like when you're not seeing something coming, and then all of a sudden it's a load of action. I can tell you that. It's just like all of a sudden, just like guns, like bah, just out of everywhere, and you're like fuck, and everything just goes to the fucking wall. Do you know when like shows just do that to you? It's just like that.
Nice.
It was one of those things where like the scene starts, and I was like, oh yes, it's these guys, and then it's like bang, bang, bang. You're like fucking hell,
Like Red Wedding style.
But I'd say better personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Wedding's a bit, because the thing with Red Wedding is that like they start to close the doors,
Yeah, true.
and they start to do this, and you're like, oh, something's coming, and obviously everyone's told you as well, like, oh, the Red Wedding's going to happen, everyone dies because of the book.
Yeah.
That happened to me. Everyone was like, spoilers, dickheads. But
that was one where I hadn't watched it for over a year. Did my catch up. Already had the Red Wedding bit spoiled.
yeah,
I still kind of want spoiled. I kind of enjoyed it still.
yeah, it's not what you expect. I think even if someone says like everyone dies, you're like, yeah, but does everyone? Yeah, literally everyone dies.
There's studies on that, aren't there?
What?
That a twist in a film, people can enjoy a film more if they know what the twist is before it happens.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
No, because for the whole time you're kind of more not like stressed, but that's what you're thinking about, isn't it? Whereas if you know what the twist is. But there is a lot of films where that can't be true.
Yeah,
like,
but also
like the others. Or
if I don't know a twist is coming,
yeah,
then I'm fine.
Yeah, so like, when I watched Spiral yesterday, I knew there was something going to happen.
Yeah, there always is in Saw, isn't there?
It's always like a triple twist.
Yeah, what's the twist going to be?
But Spiral didn't really have a twist. It was just, and
shite.
here he is.
But yeah, I'd hate that.
As well.
I'd hate that. I'd hate if the twist was spoiled for me. I'd be very sad.
I do like the open enders though, like Inception, where they go, "Ooh."
I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. It really depends.
That's a better version. If the Stranger Things happen where it cracked again, that would annoy me.
I was going to say that. I hate when like it happens in so many horrors where like everything gets wrapped up in a nice little package, and then right at the end it'll just go like, "Bleh," and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, like Halloween does that all the time.
Yeah.
Like even in the more recent ones, like it'll almost be at credits, and then he'll just like walk out the water.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 days, mate. It's been fucking ages.
But yeah, I hate those kind of endings. I quite like some open-ended ones where you have to think about it a bit. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
So
I like it when there's a question at the end, not, oh, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sometimes it feels like they're just clawing at a sequel,
Yeah.
which I don't like. I think that's the difference. Like with Inception, it wasn't clawing at a sequel. It was going kind of, I don't know, kind of like, fuck you. That's kind of what it felt like. It was like,
yeah.
So here's the way that was shot was, and now you're going to find out if he's alive or in a dream.
That's it.
In a dream.
Yeah.
And then it just goes like, no, you don't get to find out.
Man,
but it's not as if they're saying, we're going to do a sequel. It's not that in the slightest.
No.
The question that you're wanting to get answers isn't sequel worthy. It's just more like,
what's the conclusion to this film?
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, what's the main other conclusion?
Whereas
Man,
other
when
ones,
when they filmed it and it did that little topple, because it almost goes, doesn't it? I bet they went,
yeah, it does a little,
yes.
It does a little like,
yeah, it almost goes, doesn't it?
it's probably CGI to be honest.
Don't do that. Why would they CGI a little dreidel?
Why? Because it would take so long to.
I suppose it would just spin round.
It would take so long to get the shot with Leo walking in, spinning the dreidel and walking away.
That's true, actually, yeah.
To get the perfect shot of the dreidel like spinning and
Because
wobbling.
they do that thing, don't they, where they whip around like a Beyblade.
Yeah.
You ever have Beyblades?
And also, they move, like, if you actually spin one, they don't stay in the same spot. They normally kind of go like... So if it was a real one, it probably isn't a real one. They probably got Leo to walk over with one and then do that, and then they just went, cut it off, and then made it do what they want it to do.
Everything else in the film's not CGI, though, is it? Like, they really did move those buildings and bend them up. And...
Yeah.
I thought they did.
Yeah.
I like the bit where he sat drinking coffee and then it just goes all across him. Just chilling. There's loads of great bits in that movie. But it is Christopher Nolan, so why
I'm trying to
not?
think of a good example of like shit films where they always leave it open at the end with like something really crap, and I'm just like...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some too. But there are definitely ones where you go, oh, you're just fishing for more. It annoys me. But yeah, I thought Stranger Things was going to finish. I was honestly hoping it was. I thought it was going to finish on the last time they released them. So when it said more coming in July, I was like, oh, right, so it's going to finish then instead. So then to find out that it's not finished again, I just feel like when the next season comes out, that's not going to finish either.
No, I think the next season is the last season.
It needs to be, because otherwise they're going to put themselves in territory where the whole series comes into question.
If I remember correctly, I think someone said, I don't know how legit this is, but I think someone said there's going to be a time jump for the next one. So it's going to be, like, they're going to be older. It's going to be a couple of years into whatever's happening. So.
How do they blag it being an earthquake?
Don't ruin it.
Everyone knows. I'm trying to speak in code. How do they blag it as an earthquake with all that shit coming out of it?
Lava? I don't know.
No one went, what's all that shit coming out of it? How come if I look into it, it looks exactly the same but upside down? No one said any of this shit. They're just like, yep, earthquake. No questions asked.
Probably put some police tape and stuff. I don't know.
Just patch it up like it's not there.
Put a little tarpaulin over it. Nothing to see here. Move along.
It's like a cartoon trap. So I'm walking over it.
I wonder what's in here.
But they can't do it for too long. If it goes on for too long, it devalues the whole thing. You know how Breaking Bad, like, if Breaking Bad went on another season, the whole thing would have been ruined.
Yeah.
And how Prison Break, if they carried on after the first season, it would all be ruined.
And it was.
And then Lost, it would all be ruined if they invited some sort of black smoke in it for no reason.
The black smoke had a reason.
I know. It's just... the idea of having them all trapped on an island is already pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So to add like a polar bear and then that smoke happening, like why is like the mysterious powers part was cool. I like the idea that he was in a wheelchair and now he can walk. That's cool.
That's the whole point. That was first episode.
Yeah. But then there's like the black smoke. Like, what's that doing there? And there's a polar bear, pterodactyl. I can't remember what else.
What's a pterodactyl?
There was no degloving though. It was pre-degloving.
There was just a polar bear. There was a polar bear.
Yeah, and then they go find its little trap. Yeah. My favourite bit of that was the guy who has to sit in the bunker and every half hour has to press the thing.
What was he called? Begin with a D.
Glover. D. Glover. You had to. But yeah, that's fucking. What an awful job that is. How many years had he been there as well, where he'd just been typing that code and over again?
I want to say like 5, 10.
Is it like every hour or something?
It's every day. I think it's a 24-hour cycle.
Day.
He has to, once a day, put this code in. I can't remember if it was once a day, but it's something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to put the code in on the world ends, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it just blew up, didn't it?
Yeah. I liked Lost.
Did you?
Even to the end, yeah, I still liked it.
I don't think I got as far as the end.
I didn't like the subplot at the end, where they're all dead.
I didn't know that. You spoil it for me now. So no point watching that.
But it's not... Everyone always quotes it as, oh, remember them where they all just died? It's like, no, they're not. I think people get confused with what that subplot is.
They're already dead, aren't they? They're in limbo, I thought.
Not on the island. No, the island is real.
Oh, I thought the island was limbo.
No.
Oh.
Do you remember anything of the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons?
I think I watched 1, 2, and 3.
Do you remember Jack meeting Kate off the island?
Titanic.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Is that what happens?
No.
Oh.
Especially, I swear it's called Jack and Kate. The main guy and the main girl.
That's not what they're calling Titanic, is it? Because it's Kate Winslet. It's not Jack DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, do you remember him meeting her off an island on like an airstrip?
How do you remember that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because I love this scene. I love Lost. Lost
right.
I think it's one of the best things ever. Genuinely. It's great.
It is a pioneer for the series we watch now, for sure.
It was the first thing that anyone ever binged.
Yeah.
Sopranos is probably the first one. The Wire, maybe. But Lost, I think, was the first one that literally, like, people went mad over. I love it. But you don't remember that?
No.
So in the last 2 or 3 seasons, it shows you the plot of them on the island, and then it shows you a plot. Like every episode, it'll show you like a little snippet of like most of the characters off the island post, as in they've got off the island, and you're like, oh my god, they're off the island. They made it off. How did they do that? That's obviously what you're asking the whole time.
Yeah.
At the very end, you find out that all those segments, they were limbo.
Right. Okay.
That was limbo, not the island. That. So people get confused thinking that the island was limbo, but it's not. It's the flash forwards that they show us. That's basically a whole kind of limbo sequence, which was kind of pointless, to be honest. It was like bait. The whole thing was just bait to get people talking, I think.
Yeah.
To make like another interesting plot where everyone's like, how did they get off? But like, that's not what it is.
Yeah.
And then it does leave it open-ended because like some people do get off the island at the end and some people don't, some people die. And that's kind of...
I probably won't watch it again. Some things are just better left in memory.
It's long.
And also they do the thing where they cliffhang every 15 minutes.
Or
10 minutes.
They do love that.
In Prison Break, we go dun, 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 every 10 minutes.
Then they come back.
Yeah, then we go dun, 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 dun. Every 10 minutes. Oh my god. I don't know how much more of my heart can take of this.
It's just American TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
You ever watched American
TV? Oh man,
TV?
in America they would have had adverts between every 10 minutes of an hour. So there'd be 5 advert breaks in a show.
You ever been to America and watched TV?
I have watched TV in America when I was really young. So.
The ads are long.
Yeah?
Yeah, the ads are
I've watched
really
like Super
long.
Bowl, where the advert's like 3 minutes or
I
something.
think that's different.
Although they're quicker because they're between plays.
Yeah. Honestly, the adverts are crazy long in America. We were just watching like some crap in New York. And like the adverts in between they felt so long. I think it must have been 3 or 4 minutes of adverts. But some of them were hilarious as well.
Yeah, they do put a lot more effort into their adverts, don't they?
Yeah. There was a lot of medical ones where like it was literally what you'd imagine some kind of nice idyllic like, oh, I've got straight on I'm gonna say AIDS.
Yeah, do it.
I've got AIDS, but now I've got this medication where I don't have AIDS anymore. And you're like, I'm so free. And everything's like white and nice and like, oh.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, it'll go, this medication may cause this, this, and this, and this. Side effects include this, and this, and this. Don't take it if you have this, and this. Oh my God, please don't do this.
I've seen those.
And it's really fast.
Really long. They're
And it'll be like over like a slow-mo of a woman's face being like, and there's this man aggressively shouting things like, don't take it, you got this, you're going to die if you do this. And you're like, fuck.
There was one I watched that was for depression.
Yeah.
The one that says, may cause suicidal thoughts. I was like, Jesus.
That's what they were all like. All of them were like, do you want to cure this? That's fine. You might get this though. Yeah. None of them were clean cut. It was all pretty sketchy.
Got a headache? May cause rectal bleeding. Yeah, I have seen those ones. They're insane. And they are longer than the advert bit at the beginning.
Yeah.
And they're selling a drug that we probably aren't even allowed to sell here.
Yeah.
They're like, Oxycontin solves everything. Definitely doesn't plague a nation. Like it certainly did. What an optimistic note to leave it on. Yeah, that degloving seemed a lot better now, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That's depressing.
Fuck it.
But don't deglove it.
Sweet.
Right.
The overall theme was that we're back, if you didn't get that.
I think the other thing was just fucking movies and TV as usual.
I know, I don't even know why it went down that route.
I don't know that either.
We should have set this up as like a movie TV thing where I don't know anything and you watch things.
You came with quite a lot of knowledge this time. Well, you had knowledge on Stranger Things. One thing.
Yeah, sorry, because I watched it this week.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks' time. When the new
and
one comes
Spiral,
out,
eh?
I watched that yesterday. If I didn't remember
There's a theme here that you can only remember things you've watched in the last week.
Yeah.
Lost, you probably did watch 10 years ago and you're like, something after the 3rd season, maybe.
Yeah, if something happened. Maybe.
There was a hatch and a polar bear.
Yeah, that's my takeaway.
Yeah.
Was that the thing from Stranger Things was in it. And there was a polar bear.
Oh, why is there Stranger Things and Lost like crossed over?
That would be weird, wouldn't it? Like in the Upside Down world, like there's all the monsters and stuff, and then there's just Locke in his wheelchair.
John Locke turns up. Oh man, that would blow my fucking dick off.
How the fuck do I remember his name's Locke as well?
It's John Locke.
Yeah. How do I remember that? I don't remember anything
John
else.
Locke.
He's fucking John Locke, mate. That's why.
Yeah. Genuinely. I don't remember any of the names.
Yeah, that's the only one I can remember.
Jack, I think, was the main guy.
Yeah.
Or the actor's name was Jack.
Can all do that. Just make up. Sam was in it. Dave.
I think there was a Duncan.
Could be.
Oh, it was Duncan the bunker guy. Duncan.
Yes. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Duncan, yeah. Hurley, he was the fat guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What was the drug addict called?
Oh, imagine if Hurley is the kid from Stranger Things with the mouth. Because he could conceivably be him older.
Oh my god. What if John Locke is Harbour?
Oh, that would be good.
Because that's about the right age.
Hopper.
Oh yeah, the actor's name's called Harbour.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, what if he's John Locke?
Oh, man.
If he gets put in a wheelchair in the next season, whoo!
Can you imagine? That would be insane, wouldn't it? The fanfic writers would be going insane.
Should we write this fan fiction? This sounds great.
I do not like fan fiction even a little bit.
I do.
I hate it.
I like when it's well written.
I'd go as far as to say that those people should die.
Wow.
That's probably too far. Not as far as that.
We'll end it there, yeah.
Yeah, that seems good.
Just more things to incriminate you.
Yeah, yeah. I may as well just end each episode like this. Just with my arms behind my back every time. Yeah. Sorry.
You should end every episode from now on with another incriminating stare down the lens.
Yeah, just stare straight down it.
Yep, go on.
Okay.
You have to say something.
Yeah, I killed him. I turned them inside out and shoved them inside each other like a giant sock.
Perfect.
Nice one.
Yeah. That'll get cut nice and down in the court.
Yeah.
And I'll be innocent.
And then he put them inside a sock. I didn't say that. I didn't mean it like that.
You did say that. You just
I
said
meant
it.
one of their bodies was degloved and became a sock. I used it as a sleeping bag for 3 days and I stuffed them all in there after. It was warm for about 20 minutes and after that it was quite cold and sticky. By day 3 it smelled quite bad, but that could have been me.
Jesus. You've thought about degloving a lot, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I go for a wee, I do a minor deglove.
Oh,
Right. Goodbye.